Most core tenets for young men today to understand is modern women will never understand you. They will never be able to empathize with you. You know, there are like certain levels of maturation that I think most of us young guys can, especially you older guys, could recognize, right? You mature out of the tooth fairy, right? You mature out of the heroic ages, basically, right? Where you're out there fighting dragons with a wooden sword. And some of us still have that little bit of playfulness, right? That's what Nietzsche invokes in the youngsters. And that's why I have a very, very dear appreciation for his kind of work. But nonetheless, you know, that's one aspect, tooth fairy. Then you grow out of the Santa Claus part. And then for some, you know, you grow out of this very formal and almost shallow version of what we would call modern religion. But for you older guys, I want you to like really think about this, because I'm willing to bet that you know that there are probably at best a handful of women who can truly understand you as a man, who can really see you as you are as a man. Because I will take that core tenet and I'm going to basically emphasize that it doesn't get emphasized enough. Men are from Mars and women are from Venus. Literally. All right, this species called a woman can never, ever understand you. This will save you so much relationship trouble and stress and headaches. Just recognizing there is never any fucking point in wanting a woman to empathize and understand you or to get you. There is never a goddamn point, okay? And then on top of that, society and modernity treats her so dramatically different. 95% of the time, bro. She's not here. It's impossible. And if you older guys are really honest, even our own mamas can't even see us as a man. It really is that extreme, more so today than ever. If we're really being honest with ourselves, it is more true today than ever. There was probably some fair little wiggle room somewhere, maybe even 20, 15 years ago. Maybe there was some like, not anymore. With like 98% accuracy, easily. You might as well take that upon you, right? And I was, the reason I bring this up is because Nick Fuentes had this video where he basically said, you know, young men are angry because they grew up in a godless, countryless, identityless era, and it had no men. Like, where the fuck are the men?
Warpath, and so are all Generation Z young men. And let me tell you very simply why. It is because we have grown up in a society with no God, no country, no fathers, no men. Where's the fucking men? None of it.
And I thought about that, right? And it seems to be part of like the process of actually growing up. Is like you either conform, and whether you like it or not, a lot of young men don't really find it cool to be like the beta husband, to be, you know what I mean? Like, and it is also kind of sort of impossible to find a girl who isn't ran through, right? Who's a virgin and is actually fucking hot. Like, that's all, 9 times out of 10, I can promise you that she's not a virgin. Okay, so if you're a young man listening to this, virgin over beauty at this point. You know, work with the 5s, the 4s, the 6. They treat you like a god, dude. I promise you, that's so much worth more than the ridiculous, shallow beauty. And whatever. But, you know, look, shoot your shot. Don't get me wrong, man. It was tons of fun dealing with those cuties. But nonetheless, you know, it's just fucking hassle afterwards. You grow out of that stuff. Anyway, so you conform, right? Or you MGTOW your way out of there. You MGTOW and you lay low, or you MGTOW the fuck out of this feminazi camp we call Western society. We don't know where those guys are, right? So that just leaves a whole swath of men who were willing to embrace this like truth, this counterintuitive truth. And it really comes down to like, you have to be willing to like, to just be yourself and say this kind of message. You really have to be willing to ruffle some feathers. It just comes with the territory. Most men will never do that. And it's so obvious why, right? Because they don't want to piss off the ladies. They don't want to piss off their Facebook friends. They don't want to piss them off. They don't want to lower their chances of sexual access, as if that was going to give them any more. Like, as if that was actually working in their favor. But no, it wasn't. It wasn't. And that is another tenet that I want to point out. Saying this out loud will be like, it has societal kickback. Because for some fucking reason, the system wants you to not think this at all. They want you to like not know this. As much as they don't go around parading Santa Claus is not real, right? That it just seems to come along with the whole package. Oh, women understand you. Women just they just need to be cared for. They need to be treated right, and all this. And then at the same time, they respond to assholes. They respond to bums, right? They respond to like these toxic types. Apparently I'm one of them, right? I'm one of them. All we're basically saying is that we basically act accordingly. You live life on easy mode. I don't respect you. That like it's really that simple. Like I don't respect you. You have done nothing to like earn my respect. For me to like look at you in any luminous light. And it's ridiculous because it's either that or the guy who worships the ground she walks upon. And it's absurd now in today's society. It just seems like there's no rites of passage other than to have dealt with a woman. And that's why that's why I had so much passion for this message at first, because it was almost like a novel discovery, right? But in the worst possible fucking way. Because it's just like, as a young man, you have this lingering expectation that they can possibly have this sort of like empathy, right? Put yourself in the other person's shoes. That is impossible for most women. Okay, as a young man, like that's part of the maturation. That's one of the canon events of maturation, bro. Okay, they cannot do that. Anyway, they'll never get you, man. Never. You old heads know this too. I know you do. I know you do. You don't want to say it out loud usually, but I know you do. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Deuces.